A baddie explains why a car always comes first before the apartment. So if we can look on her, I'm sorry, car comes before the apartment. A car can be used to increase your funds to get your apartment. An apartment ain't going to help you get to and from work. And this is coming from the Menace. This is a lady by the name of the Menace. And as I'm looking in the comments, the first comment is this don't this don't got ish to do with mixtape, but I 100% agree. I don't understand what he means. I'm going to stop on that. I heard someone make that exact same comment, and they even expanded on the comment because someone said the exact same thing. A car isn't as valuable. Having a car isn't a necessity or isn't valuable in these times like they were. You needed a car to do. You couldn't do anything. Okay. Now there was other forms of. I guess you can catch the bus, but you have to figure out the schedule of the bus. There were taxis, ride sharing, all types of things in the past. Now, when you look at it today, you don't necessarily need a car to get you back and forth to school. You don't necessarily need a car to get your groceries or get food or go to the movies or go to work or whatever. You don't necessarily need a car no more because of Lyft. All these rides, let me turn this off because obviously it's affecting something here. Yeah. So you don't need in fact, let me turn this down. Hold up. I probably can't turn this down, but can we turn it off? Let's see here. In a few minutes. But yeah, you don't necessarily need a car anymore. It's non-exclusive. I mean, so nowadays people don't need a car. Don't necessarily need a car to get back and forth to work. Okay. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Yeah, so you don't necessarily need a car nowadays because you got Uber, Lyft, you got DoorDash, you got Uber Eats, you got all of these things in place where having a car, I mean, owning a car, buying a car, renting a car, it's not important. Okay. And ultimately, the way how life is more convenient now, ultimately, it's going to affect the car market because a lot of these car markets can't demand a lot of money for these cars, particularly electric cars. A lot of these big major corporations, car corporation like Tesla and all them, they're really backing and pushing electric cars. And now a lot of people don't own cars. A lot of people get back and forth by ride shares or Uber or Lyft or whatever. And if are now, and I, I believe this is going to affect the car industry, and it's going to make it very difficult to sell cars because more and more Americans are going like, why should I get a car? I have to fund on top of the other. Say to themselves, okay, is it's getting too expensive to maintain a car, to buy a car. And if I cut off that expense, that's more money I'm going to have in my pocket. All right. And I think a lot of people are going to gravitate to that decision, and how that decision is ultimately going to hurt the car industry. So yeah. Uh, you know, when you first look at her tweet, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But when you start to think about it, ultimately, a lot of people will agree with her decision. Okay. This other guy said, I guess she's going to be living outside of her car. No, shelter than a car, which is true. Uh, 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 your post, the most low IQ context necessarily at first